my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That is their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Taken down at the 42. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Jackson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals take over, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Down to about the 22 here. They had 2 straight first downs. Now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Play action. It's Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here we go. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Good. 11 coming.
Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. That's complete right around the 8. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A draw play for Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Burrow on play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first down, but I like their confidence. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On second down, it's Pollard. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've got their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now for the first and goal.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll run left with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, it's Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
11, 11. 12, 12.
And Burrow going to throw again. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
In motion right here, Boyd.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Brandon Smith picks it off, and the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now it's Jackson. But it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mixon will try the right side. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
On 1, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
From the 27, Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11. 11, MT, 11, MT. 11, MT, 11, MT. 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Back to Mixon on second down. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
11 mighty, 11 mighty. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Here's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow going to keep it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
11 mighty.
Second down and goal. Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 36, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, Jackson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got...
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Now, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles. At the very first play, they give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll look to run with Hubbard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Chuba Hubbard. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. Lead down to 10, 24-14. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out, but I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. Go. 11.
Once again, they run with Nixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The Ettore Gross Matos there to bring him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. That's good for 28 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Mixing up the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
106 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start.
They gotta go.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon.
His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. defense. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
11.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Looking deep downfield. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
That certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Finding room at midfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Now Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing. Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Cincinnati, they do get the victory that pushes them over 500 for the season as they finish